important things with you being gone, Omo. I'll be giving you a little bit of info that's not really pertinent at the moment from when we were speaking with the bird people.
Right.
Clum was not there, so you were just kind of hanging out at the tavern, speaking with them.
All right.
They were all fully clothed too.
Oh, ridiculous.
So some of the important things that happened last time. So the session before, at the end, you all had decided to go to the top of the hill to search for a man that Father Lucian put you all onto. You all went up there, and well, one of you decided to look at this cart. This cart.
We're not saying names.
Not saying names at all. Meg. We
Yeah, I was yelling at my screen like it was a football game.
so basically, one of you tried to pick a lock. It didn't work. You saw that there was a trap. You opened it thinking that it was going to be a dart that came out at you, and it blew up. Doing serious, significant damage to everyone.
Not me.
All part of the plan.
Not you.
On the bright side, it was fire, so Clamor was excited.
I'm glad there's a bright side to this.
You all got items. Did anyone keep track of the items?
I have.
Stuff I have.
Yeah, there's scroll of major image, which is scroll of remove curse, 2 vials of holy water, 6 revenant swordsmen, Stygian iron blade. That's all I have.
Stygian iron blade. That was the one I had.
Yes, that's the one that you currently have.
I have the scroll of remove curse.
Yeah, that's...
Everyone's
So
character portraits disappeared from their sheets.
What was it?
People's character portraits they used to have in their sheets are gone. I can't see them anymore.
Are they?
Yeah, mine's gone.
On my end. Roll20 sometimes removes pictures that you have set as the image for the sheet sometimes.
Well, that's stupid. Talister and Ringley are still there.
I think that might be because we uploaded them.
Yeah.
So they're saved to our Roll20 account, not yours.
Okay, then if you all, those of you that, it would seem all tokens are, well, not all, but most tokens are here.
Yeah, it doesn't affect tokens, it just affects whatever you have for your icon.
Yeah, if you guys can re-upload the images, then that's really... I think what might have happened is I hit my cap and I just started mass deleting.
Oh, don't talk to me about that. I had that happen last Saturday right before my game. I lost everything.
Okay, so you all went and you met a woman.
Esmeralda.
Thank you, Esmeralda. She had a mechanical leg.
Some kind of arcane knowledge.
Yes, she had arcane knowledge. She said that she knew of the person you were looking for, that she was actually there looking for the same person. You came to find out, at least I believe that I gave you the name, Rictavio.
Is that the name of the old man?
Yes.
Alright. Where do we find him?
Well, she did not know. She said perhaps if you all went back to Valakai, he might be there. So you all traveled with her. You owe her a cart, by the way. At least that's what she kept saying. You all traveled back to the town of Valakai. As you were approaching the gates, you didn't see any guards, which was a little funny because normally there are guards. But as you approached, as soon as you entered through the gates immediately started closing, and you all were surrounded by guards everywhere, all pointing their crossbows at you. From in front of you, the guards parted ways, and you saw a big man, very large man, probably about 6'5", 6'6", come walking through. He's human in appearance except for his right arm.
Hey.
Yeah.
For his right arm, it looks very demonic. As he came through, you all saw clutched behind him, which is actually something that I'm gonna retroactively change a little bit. He's not actually like holding her and dragging her. He's walking with a carded gate, like a cage, behind him,
Oh.
and you see inside of
no.
it, Omo.
I mean, I guess it's better, but now it looks like she's a go-go girl.
Ringley's jaw drops. What be the meaning of this?
Oh man, I had a hole in my chest last time, didn't I?
Yes, you did. You were actually, if I remember correctly, we left it off that you were getting ready, like you stood up, like you were gonna try and fight, and then you knelt down, using your sword as like a cane.
Yeah,
I
tried to take a brave step forward, and then I kind of stumbled and caught myself on my sword.
Yeah, we can't fight.
So with that, before we begin the session appropriately, does anyone have any questions?
Nope. Is there... Okay, so there's guards surrounding us with crossbows pointed at us. Almost in a... Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, no. How did we get to... Did the lady come with us, or did we just walk?
She disappeared.
Well, that was actually the thing. You all were surrounded, and the five of you turned to look at her, and she was not there. Think those like cartoons where people turn to look at someone, and then there's blinking where they were, and they're not there. That basically just happened to you guys.
All right, Ringley's like, do we get any last rites?
The large man before you looks at you and says, "I'm not here to kill you."
Oh, thank heavens! And I just kind of like lean on his knee.
Wait, on the demon dude's knee?
Yes.
He looks down and he shakes you off of his knee. He looks back at the group and says,
"Then I could use a stiff drink if you got one. We've had a rough day."
He cuts his eyes down at you. He says, "The Baron would like to speak." And he turns and starts walking away.
What's another demon guy doing here? I shout to him.
He just continues walking.
I don't think
Better than who?
So can I get out of this cage now or what?
Would you like to try to open the door?
Sure.
Okay, the door's unlocked.
Well,
It's a drunk tank.
I'll walk over to Omo. What did you do this time?
I think it was you guys. I don't know.
We've not even been in town.
He was asking where you guys are, not where I. Well, he knew where I was.
Regardless, it seems we are being invited. We cannot refuse. We do not have the strength.
I'm a big fan of being invited places by large shadowy men.
I lean down and I go, "So we're fighting them, right?"
I mean, I disagree. I like being invited places by dark shadowy men.
I don't think
As you all are
You're
having
really
this
not helping me back up
conversation,
your case. I'm
all-
walking. Since no one else is going to, I'm going to follow this a-hole to wherever we're going, to the Baron.
a couple of the guards come up behind the group of you that are still there, and they're like, "Gonna move on."
I suppose we don't have much of a choice.
Actually, I'm gonna go back in the car, guys. You do what you want. I like sitting.
It is
I'm
fine.
gonna
None of us
get back in the cage.
I'll help you, Talister. And I get up kind of underneath his
I
elbow.
I use Ringley like a crutch rather than something to lean upon.
Okay.
I'll
Oh,
try to go up next to the demon guy.
hey, Talister.
Yeah.
Did you miss me? And with that, I put my hand on his shoulder and cast Cure Wounds on him.
You're in a cage.
He's
I
not
got
anymore. He pulled himself out.
Well,
The
no,
door
he
is
said he
unlocked. We can come and go as we please.
And you can reach out through the bars of the cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Alright, I
none of us
guess.
are pulling the cage. We're
I
walking.
assume Demon Man was pulling the cage.
Well, then I'm staying in the cage.
No, he just left the cage there.
I'm not moving.
A couple of the guards come over and they roll their eyes and they start rolling you in the cage.
Can we get a little bit of rest? My friend here is injured.
A prisoner of the state, you're still being carted around.
You went from being in prison to being in prison and a celebrity.
I'm
Yeah, there you go.
fine.
I
You
already
know,
cast Cure Wounds.
I thought
Too
I
late,
missed
Alistair.
this.
Like, what did I say? Hour and a half of us
Thank you.
bickering.
I go up to the demon guy and I go, "Hi, what's your name? I'm Clamor."
He just keeps walking. He's ignoring you.
He doesn't seem to be in the talking mood, Clamor.
I walk up, so I'm like walking in front of him, walking backwards, you know? So like he's face to face with me. And I'm like, "Hi. Can you stop ignoring me, please?"
He just keeps
And
walking.
I wave my hand dramatically in front of his face.
I'm tapped on spells, so I'm just doing what I'm told.
As you're doing all of this, he is straight up just ignoring you.
I spend the entire trip trying to get him to talk to me.
Hey, Talister.
Yeah.
How do we get out of this one?
Normally I'd lead a heroic assault and attempt to do something stupid, but right now I'm in a bit of a rough situation, so
All right. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for. Okay.
Do you want to hear a kazoo song
Please
that
tell
I
me I can
wrote
hear
for
him.
you?
Please tell me I can hear him.
Hear who?
Really?
I'm just whispering to Talister. So I mean, if you're like within, a couple feet from me, you probably could hear me, but I'm not trying to be loud.
Okay,
Listen,
that's the DM's
wait.
call.
I say we wait until we get
Um.
to the Burgomaster's house and we hear him out.
Make a
Alright.
perception check, Samuel.
Once we're in there, if we don't like what he's saying, we can make a
Yes, you do.
stand.
All right.
Okay.
All
Stick's
right.
coming out and I'm bopping him.
You're actually gonna bop
Yes.
Ringley, who's holding up Talister.
You have a good point. That would knock you down. That would hurt him. I'm going to sideswipe you instead.
All right, roll initiative.
Surprise attack, I have advantage. But no, it's like, I'm not actually trying to hurt you. I'm just like,
I rolled a
So-
stab, bring me through the back.
no.
So you all get to the.
Is anyone in the cart with me, or am I alone?
You're alone. You're being ushered out of the cart right now. You all have reached the house. And you're
We
being
all have
ushered
the
out.
dignity to walk to our death. Like you.
I'm betting enough people have puked and shat in that box that it just stinks.
Hey, DM,
Nah.
Yes.
could Leovar try to walk there, look at the best escape route from away from the Baron's house? Like, while we're walking, he's looking for the best route in case we have to make a dash for it.
Okay. So, as you're walking, you actually see that the house they're taking to is generally in the middle of the town.
Mhm.
I mean, there's like side roads and everything. You don't really know the layout of this town as well as your captives, you presume. But you see a couple of places that you could potentially go if need be.
Got it. Thank you.
I hate to be pedantic, but it's captors.
I was thinking that too, but I was just moving on.
Sam and I, we think alike.
We get negative inspiration.
Oh, I'm sorry. Omo is now locked in the cage.
Well, I guess I can't go see the Burger Man.
No. They
Birdman.
had to make you fit through the bars by stabbing you repeatedly.
Oh, well.
Okay. So, you all are led. Now, as I slowly start to show everything that you guys would have seen. And
Yeah, my screen is all
Ta-da.
black. If we're somewhere. Oh, there we are.
Stuff around.
There we
It's
go.
a pretty big map.
Yep.
All right.
that's what I was working on. So, you're all led into this house, and as you are led,
It's a dastardly looking man.
Aye, with his 2 wee little dogs.
He looks like a dishonored villain.
so for
That's the
clarification,
dude.
this is the dude that took you.
Yeah.
Spooky man.
And before you see. Okay, that freaked out a little bit.
Yeah.
There. If you guys are able to see that. Before you is
It's
this.
the Grinch.
Yes, it's the Grinch. This very gaunt looking man. His
Okay, that's
hair.
weird.
What is?
Anyone else have the loading bar still on their screen?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Roll 20 just is weird sometimes when you do that.
Alright.
I think if you
It'll go away after a
reload
bit.
it. If you reload, it goes away also. It's because I did the Shift Z too much. So before you see this man with long, greasy-looking hair. To both of his sides, you see 2 large mastiffs. He looks and he looks around at all of you, and he sees that all of you have been injured. All of you are looking very hurt. He looks over at Omo and sees bruises and scuffings and everything, and he gets a very concerned look on his face, and he looks to the man in the corner and he says, "Izik, what is this? What have you been doing? I asked you to bring them here as guests, not as captives. Give them the weapons back."
They took him?
Yes. Hey, they took your weapons.
Apparently they have really good stealth and we didn't even notice.
Like, how'd you do that?
I kissed Troll's Bane.
You see the man in the corner, who you now know to be his name Izik. He shuffles in his place for a moment, and the Baron looks and says, "I am so very, very sorry for what my friend has done. He's not the best. We had a couple of people go missing recently, and I asked him to go out and look. And
Wait,
see
wait.
if he could find anything."
Excuse me. What's his name? What's the demon guy's name?
Is it?
Um,
Oh, sorry, I was too busy staring at him to actually catch that.
Yes, his name is Izik. He's very strong, but his brain is not always on correctly.
I mean, not everyone needs a brain to be exciting.
Oh no.
If
Well
first it was the
then.
birds, now it is this man. What is...
Leovar puts his head into his hand. Like, God.
How were the men the ones able to keep it in their pants? What is wrong with this dimension?
All right. Well, apology accepted. What are we doing here?
Well, my colleague
freezer.
over here, and he turns and looks at Izik and says, "You're still here. Leave." And
You heard him. Off with you.
He starts to stammer out something to say that he doesn't feel comfortable leaving the Baron here with the 6 of you, and he says, "I said leave. I can take care of myself. You've done enough." And Isaac just begrudgingly gets up and leaves.
I give him a wink.
He rolls his eyes again.
That guy was skeeving me out.
So
Honestly.
he comes and he so sorry, no, he doesn't come. The Baron turns to the 6 of you. He says, I am very, very sorry for my help over there. He's not the best. He has anger management issues. We've been trying to get him counseling, but it's not.
Did you know he put me in a cage?
He did what?
He put me in a cage. I mean, he put me in a cage. Let's leave it at that.
You put yourself in a cage. Stop
I was about to
Oh,
complaining.
well.
The cage was not locked. If anything else, it was just a card.
Yeah, you didn't seem like you were too dissuaded by the fact.
God didn't let me check if it was unlocked on the way here.
You're a druid. You do not worship a god.
But
Either way, I am greatly sorry.
Thank
you
you.
will be dealt with appropriately.
All right. So, why are we here?
Well,
And most importantly, where's your ale?
oh yes. Sorry.
Treatment we've gotten, I expected we were here to be assassinated.
He yells out into out of the room and he says, "Can I get some drinks and some chairs for my guests, please?" And at that, you hear scuffling outside, and a couple of maids come in. Maids and servants come in with decanters of this brownish liquid,
Okay.
and chairs for you all to sit at.
Ringley takes one whole decanter and starts chugging it. Thank you, lass. Much appreciated.
You take it from her, and she's holding her hands there. He looks at the Baron, like, I don't know what to do, and he's like, it is fine, please. Thank you. And she curtsies and then goes out.
Whoa.
I'm really getting into it.
I accept the chair, but today's a holy day for me, so I pass him the drink.
So as you are sitting down, drinking, he says, "I am very sorry for whatever he has done."
Is he drinking?
Who?
He left.
The guy talking.
The Baron? Yes, he has a small
I totally
glass.
swipe his drink after I see him drink it and drink that instead. Because I'm like not trusting him still. He's too nice.
So you're taking Ringley's decanter?
No, we're taking the Baron's.
She's taking the Baron's drink.
All right. Pardon my friends. We have had most of this was not your associate. This was us having a very awful run on the roads and being burned alive. But thankfully, we got over it.
I mean, burning isn't so bad. There's worse things to have issues with.
It's completely understandable. That was 50-year-old scotch, but it'll be okay.
I don't want to be poisoned, so I'm gonna take what you.
He grabs the decanter that's on his desk that everyone else's drinks have been poured from, and he pours himself another and starts drinking from it.
He makes it a double.
A triple. So he says, I'm very sorry. We had a couple of disappearances here recently, and so as I was saying, I had my esteemed colleague, servant.
Was it more right? Never mind.
We don't know. They were here, and then the next day they went, and it doesn't.
Ooh.
Shall I sing a song for their memory?
Oh, I can give you a kazoo accompaniment.
Oh, for all the heavens and hells in reality, please no.
It's like none of you have ever been inside of an official's office before.
I gotta say,
To somebody of a class higher than sea urchin.
Excuse me, I am
Actually-
above urchin. I'm just trying to embrace the atmosphere of this terrible place
Tell us that is very
and
insulting.
fit in with you guys.
These
a
two
little
have
bit
never been in
better.
a school, even a school of fish.
If I wasn't grievously injured, I would be the spokesperson for this interaction between us. But as you can see,
He needs a rest. You have a bed, good sir.
He
Magister.
turns to you and says, "Oh yes, I'm sorry."
I
And he
can wait until we have this conversation.
he
You need
grabs a
another cure
bell
wounds,
and
big
starts
guy?
to ring it.
Oy,
Whatever paltry nature magic you have isn't good enough to fix a gaping wound in my chest, so no.
well, it's done it
As-
before. It'll do it again.
As he rings the door, well, as he rings the bell, you hear the door behind you open up, and this woman comes walking in, and she closes it, and she comes over to she looks at the Baron. The Baron nods towards you, Talister. She goes over and she places a hand on your shoulder, and at that you start feeling a warmth build up in your chest. With that, you heal 14 hit dice.
Alright, and
Well, not hit dice.
Yeah.
14 HP.
And my grievous wound is presumed to be healed completely.
It's tender to the touch, but
Or-
it's
Enough
not.
that I no longer have to act like I'm dying.
it's no longer a hole.
It's no longer a hole. Now it's just like a divot.
Sure.
And then
Alright.
Ringley smiles real big, turns to the Burgermeister. Most excellent Magisters,
Baron,
I implore your service for Thanksgiving, and your most excellent. What is that? What's the word? Most excellent.
Three
Things.
What are you saying?
I'm trying to give thanks for your healing, good sir. Anyways, so there was this once in you. I'm sorry. How may we be serving your greatness of jolly?
How about
thing?
to start? How about to start? We introduce ourselves to each other.
Hey.
I just have to interject really quick out of character. Oh my god, one of my new players just asked if he could be introduced to my game in a small cage. And I was like, oh my god, it's like
Homo, are you playing in 2 games at once?
How'd you know?
I'm gonna gesture to the Burgomeister and go,
Please, if you would.
Oh yes, I'm very. My name is Baron Vargas Velekovich.
You got any
And I
nicknames?
thought my family had confusing fancy names.
Can I just call you the Baron?
I just typed it in. Yes, whatever you would like to refer. Well, not whatever you would like to refer to. I am the Burgomaster here, and I am the Baron. But just keep it reasonable.
I'm gonna nod my head.
Talister Warlin. Knight Talister Warlin.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Your
Look to the
Holiness.
rest of the people in the party.
yeah, we give our standard
big eyes.
intros.
I am Ringley Three Stones of the Five Hills, at your most excellent service, good sir. And I take a big long bow, and then almost trip over my top heavy sword
It's
and decanter, but I don't spill and drop.
It's a pleasure.
You know, I just realized that I never actually figured out my family's name kind of thing. So I was gonna
No, you
say,
didn't.
I'm
I said something about it numerous.
Clamor from the house of blah blah blah, and I'm like, wait, house of what? Shit.
For reference, I did bring that up a while back that I did want a last name from you, and you said no. She's just gonna be Clamor.
Okay, well that was me being stupid then. Okay, I do that a lot. I have a lot of moments like that. If you couldn't tell by now.
Oh no, I could. I just like giving people shit.
but I say a very official sounding name that I will figure out.
Eventually. He says, well, it's a pleasure. Again, I do apologize. He's not the kindest person. But no, we had 2 people go missing from here. About this is me actually trying to figure out where it is. 2 people go missing within the past week. One was our butler, and the other was the Baroness's, my wife's, lady in wait. It was very tragic.
How much did you wait?
Please,
He stops for a moment.
just a trick that I've learned. Just ignore him.
I'm starting to see that. But no, they disappeared, and it's been very hard on all of us.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
If
Well,
you don't mind, when did they disappear?
It's we have no idea. They were here one moment and then they were gone.
Okay.
I put Isaac in charge of finding them. Clearly he's not the best at doing so. And again he looks at you, Omo, and he says, I am very sorry.
This would then be a complicated question, but so what duties do they have that would remove them from your presence, to say?
We have no idea. As I've been saying, they aren't here anymore.
Were they?
Wait,
For reference, I know you keep asking him things. I actually don't know why. It doesn't state in the book right now. So that's out of character.
Alright. So I go through like 40 some odd questions.
And he has no idea to any of those 40 some odd questions.
Alright.
Why did you send Demon Man to find them if you keep calling him incompetent? Usually if I think someone's incompetent, I don't really put important things
I have some doubt.
I stare at Clamor, and then I look at every single person in the party.
Can we keep talking to one person? It's hard to listen to 3 or 4 people at once.
Right.
Oops.
What were you saying, Talister?
I'd also like to cast doubt upon the man with the cursed arm and fiendish appearance. Why does he look like that? And wouldn't that immediately make him suspect?
If your group is any indication, you definitely suspect demonic-looking people.
Done me well so far.
Is that a jab at the rest of the party?
Yeah,
Yes, that was a jab at the rest of the party.
That was after I jabbed the rest of the party for working with people they don't trust.
It hasn't worked against my favor yet.
Aye, and we swore an oath. So I look at Talstor and wink.
Well, I have known Isaac for a very, very long time. I trust him undoubtedly. He's very good at getting.
I'm a fan so far.
He's just not very good at doing it efficiently. And so,
Alright, we're unscathed at least from him. So, yeah, I would count that as a win.
I'm not unscathed.
Did he injure you?
Why don't you use some of your healing magic?
Because I'm at max HP. God.
Alright, so
ridiculous.
Are we to find your friends? Is that our mission? Our quest?
Actually, no, that's not why I called you here. Although if you would be willing to, I would be greatly appreciated, of course. But an issue that we do have currently is an issue that I feel both of us have. I assume that I at first I would like to apologize up front. I have had people following you. Any suspicious-looking groups that come into my town, I have to check up on.
You should tell them to get new shoes.
What?
You should tell them to get new shoes. I have seen them all around, but I've heard of them before I saw them.
I'll be sure to do that. They've been following, and they saw that you brought in Irina.
Mm.
And of course, where Irina comes Strahd. And
This is known. This is a widely known issue.
it's not very widely known. I keep tabs on what happens here in Barovia. That's how you become a very good burgomaster. You keep tabs. You keep watch over your subjects and other subjects, at that matter. Um, and so that is how. But
I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but I feel like we did the right thing in bringing her, considering how great your city is, right? I mean, you're not gonna let Strahd in here, right?
it's not so much if I allow Strahd in or not; it's if he would like to come in or not. Um,
I guess I misheard then about the reputation of your city and how great it is and how protected it is. I guess we could find a better place.
Please just stop talking.
I think she's trying to persuade him of something.
I think he's doing a poor job of it.
Now, this is another question I have for you out of character. Are you actually thinking what you're saying is true, or are you trying to bluff him? Because I never said anything about the town actually being safe. I said something about the church being safe originally.
Oh, I thought that the church was why. I don't know. I misunderstood then. I mean, I
Yes,
was in a
the church
pickle
is
barrel clearly, so
You what?
I was in a pickle barrel, so it's not like I'm paying much attention. Although, I mean, still, it's much more protected looking in general, though, still, regardless of actual magical protection. Like, they got a shit ton of walls and guards, right? At least compared to the
Yes.
shitty towns like Barovia that we saw.
Well,
The
Strahd
last one
asks.
also had.
You would also know that Strahd flies.
Yeah. Strahd does not care about physical barriers.
Just, Jesus Christ, don't overanalyze things. I'm just talking.
You do realize you're
God
talking to a
damn it.
wizard, yes? It is literally my job description.
Okay, so to make a long story short or whatever, he basically says that he's liking what you all are doing currently, and that he hopes that you all will continue. And again, if you have any issues with any of his staff, please come to him immediately and speak with him.
Alright. And what was the thing with Arena?
No, he was just stating about Irina. He knows about Strahd and Irina, about how he has a fascination with her, and he's just worried about bringing Strahd into this area.
Excuse me for not being trustworthy with your whole, like, cagey guys and stuff, but is there something we could have, maybe, that, like, I don't know, documents the fact that you're saying that your people won't mess with us or something? So then we could be like, leave us alone, you know, before they start torturing us, and they're like, I don't believe you, and then I'm like, you know, look here, your guy's signature, you'll get in trouble with the boss, yo.
Remember, the word you're looking for is a crest.
Or a seal.
Or a seal. Or a pedigree.
He thinks for a moment.
A stamp.
And you see that he starts whittling, well, not whittling, but twisting a ring on his finger, and he looks down and he says, that could possibly do. And he takes the ring off, and he says, this ring has been in my family for many years.
We couldn't take something of that such importance earlier.
I could.
Please. What has happened is a grave issue, and I greatly apologize for everything.
I'll take good care of it.
I refuse to let her near it. I take a step forward, and just like with open palm, just like, if this is truly what you believe, then we are gracious. We are gracious. We are concerned in our well-being, and
He looks at you and looks at the rest of you, and he stands up and he walks over to Talister,
Oh,
and he reaches out with his open hand, motioning for Talister to give him his hand.
I hold out my hand.
Samuel's not offended. He's just glad Omo didn't get it.
He takes the ring and he places it in the hand and he closes it, and he says, and he grasps your closed hand, and he says, "Again, I am greatly sorry for everything that has happened." And then he whispers to you, actually, hold on. What is... Actually, I should be able to see this.
Uh-oh. Did we just get a magic swag?
Ah, son of a bitch!
What?
I'm trying to do something.
Omo leans over to
Oh!
us.
Oh! Okay, I'm happy. None of you hear this as he whispers it, because he rolled a 24 on his stealth to whisper. Fuck yeah. None of y'all's passive AC, passive perception is higher.
Isn't passive AC just your AC?
It is. And he comes down closer to your ear, Talister, and he says, "Don't let the nature woman near this."
I'll nod and I'll put my hand to my chest in a salute.
I was about
You
to
are
say,
so lucky because my passive perception is 22.
I know, that's what I checked for.
I was about to say, can't Omo read lips?
Did you take observant or whatever?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can read his lips.
Fuck.
Were you
I mean,
trying?
she still has to
he
beat
could've-
his stealth, so...
He could have covered his face really
Okay,
easily.
make a perception check
Like,
Alright.
it's like,
to see if
one
you
of
can
us
see
has
his
it.
lips.
Like,
Yeah, she has.
Oh!
Fuck her!
I would like to use my inspiration to impose disadvantage.
You
No.
wish!
I'll let Omo have this. You see clear as day him say, "Don't let the nature woman near this."
Oh, clamor.
Side eye Omo and then
Wait,
nod.
Omo thinks it's clamor? That's beautiful.
I'm a
don't-
nature woman.
Don't worry, Baron. We won't let her near it.
And he stands up and looks at you with the most dumbfounded expression on his face.
What's the matter?
Does he do the dog head turn slightly?
Nothing. If you all need anything, please let me know. So with that,
I can't put the ring on over my gauntlet, so I slip it into a pouch somewhere.
put it into your chest cavity.
Well,
Yeah, I got another pocket.
if your gauntlets are
So-
made out of overlapping plate, you could put it on. It'd be impossible to get it off with your hand still in the gauntlet.
I think it would be kind of disrespectful to wear the Baron's ring.
That is also true.
So,
keep-
Baron, why can't the nature woman have it?
Oh, please, just don't.
Okay.
When Omo says it, she puts her hand up and points to Clamor. Why can't the nature woman have it?
But
You think I'm a nature woman? I barely lived in the forest.
my dear Baron, it appears that the
Wait a
concussion that
minute.
our friend has had is starting to get worse.
He was talking about me!
I'm gonna walk over to the two of them, put my hand at each of their shoulders, and go, "Okay, thank you so much. We're going to be taking our leave."
Wait a minute.
I just usher them out.
I gently guide them towards the door.
Nope, I'm not leaving without figuring out why I can't have it.
Okay. So, as you start leaving Talister, you go over and you open the door. The Baron, at this point, you're being very adamant about it, Oma. He just sits down and starts shuffling papers on his desk.
Oh,
As you go over and you open the door, you look across the way, and you see Isaac coming out of a doorway, and he stops and he looks at you, and then he quickly closes the door and locks it.
I go over to the door and start knocking.
And he starts walking away.
Is
Well, no.
it?
No,
Is
he
it?
came out of the door. And he's walking away.
Oh, I follow after him then. Is it?
Yeah, that was basically his room.
He starts running faster and faster.
Quick, Clamor, you can still catch him. You're faster.
I try and chase him.
Take Omo with
Sprints
you.
and smashes through a wall like the Kool-Aid Man screaming.
Oh, yeah!
Oh no!
He's running away.
I keep running after him.
I am still ushering all of you out.
So, you all get out into the doorway. Omo, are you leaving or staying?
Omo is fighting to stay.
I've got a hand on her shoulder and I'm pushing him like, pleasure to speak to you, sir.
I assist.
Taking our leave.
I assist Talister in moving her.
Samuel, you know as well as I do that Talister hates both of us.
True, but right now he hits you more.
Why can't I have the ring?
I use thaumaturgy to make the ground shake again, dramatically, and like shout at him with like a booming voice. Ismark, or not Ismark, Isaac.
Oh no, you called him the wrong name.
Shut up, okay? It's an I name. I don't know. Isaac.
He stops and he turns around, furious look on his face, and he's like, "What? What do you want?"
Why are you ignoring me? You know that's making me want to talk to you more because you keep ignoring me.
He just
Also,
looks at you.
I like the color of your skin. It's pretty cool.
He's white.
I thought he was blue.
I thought he was blue too.
No, that's just how the manual makes him look.
Yeah, that's just how the manual makes them. They're all white,
Oh.
except for
I have
that
it in
one
my
dude
notes.
that's in the stockades. He's orange.
Alright.
Wait. Then why does he look like a demon? Then is it his face? Then
It's the
That's his
arm.
arm.
Yeah, it's
His
the arm.
He's got a bad
Oh.
case of Wesker arm.
Okay, I don't say the skin because I thought it was blue. No, instead I say I liked your arm.
He looks
Do you
at
work
you.
out?
He looks
Just
at
the
you.
right
He's
arm.
there too.
It's just the right arm.
He looks at you perplexed and he says, "Thank you."
Where'd you get it? Or how? Or were you born with it?
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe.
He looks at you and he says, "It's not really something that I talk about," and he just starts walking away again.
But wait, I try to put my hand calmly on his shoulder.
How tall are you?
5 feet.
You have to like stretch your arm up most of the way to get your arm on the shoulder.
Ringley will give you a
Okay.
boost.
I still do it. I stretch. I stretch and put my hand on his shoulder. I'm like, wait, Isaac.
He brushes off your shoulder and he looks at you and then just
Alright,
is gone.
Ringley finishes the decanter, drops it on the ground, lets out a big burp, and then says, "Alright, what's our mission? I forgot."
Please tell me
What
it's
are
a
we
metal
doing?
decanter.
Have we left
The
yet? Or are we
decanter
still...
shatters.
Oh.
Oh,
Talister,
no.
please, let's get them all out.
I just
Ouch.
kind of like sweep it under the rug.
Please tell me we've
You
left
see
at this
that
point.
as it shatters, the Baron just stops what he's doing, and he looks up at Talister with this
I
grimace smile, and he
I'm
says,
grimacing
"Please."
just as good.
Sorry, I'll get you another one.
It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Pleasure.
We will be
Majesty.
taking our leave.
Yes.
"Same," he says as he's grimacing that smile.
And I again gesture to the door.
Alright, Ringley's back out the door. Again. What are we doing? What are we doing? We got a ring?
Please,
And
please,
it
please.
I'd like to point out that I'm just gone. The whole group is doing their thing, and I'm just gone.
Yeah, you left and Talis was very appreciative of the fact not knowing you're trying to hit on his employees.
Okay, you know what? Going serious time. I'm using prestidigitation 3 times and giving Alistair 3 sets of handcuffs. The kind that lock your fingers into place so Omo can't cast.
Can
let's
I,
just-
real quick,
Alright.
can I roll insight to see if the Baron knows who I am? Just from when he looked at me and he was,
Calling you nature woman.
yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
I think he's just racist against
14?
birds.
Out of character, does this really matter?
Maybe. It might.
You don't feel like he knows anything.
Okay.
Out of character, just to let everyone know, it's background stuff.
Yeah, background
I
stuff.
figured.
It actually took me a second to realize what you were trying to do. Okay, so you all leave and you go out into the hallway and you
God.
close the
I
door.
was actually planning to stay for a quick second.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to get everyone else out.
I trust Samuel. Everyone else leaves. Samuel stays. I go, all right, and I leave with everyone.
Omo tries to stay.
I will pick you up and carry you out if I need to.
And
dare
Ringley will
you.
assist.
Alright,
'Cause-
so it's your athletics versus their athletics.
Will I need to pick
Combined.
you up and carry you out?
I will turn into a monkey right goddamn now.
So,
Oh, and I cast
Ringley
silence
will
on
grab the monkey and shove it down his pants.
for the
Never
sake of
mind.
time, I
I
know that
reach into my pocket, I pull out 5 gold pieces, and I give them to Omo.
You think, really?
It's the entire reason why you wanted the damn ring.
for the sake of time, I know that we're having fun with this. I'm going to say that everyone leaves
Yeah.
except
Alright.
for Samuel, since he's
Mine
trying
was
to
not important.
do stuff.
I'm taking that 5, by the way.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So everyone else is out in the hallway waiting. Samuel, what are you wanting to talk to him about?
Oh, shit, I was gonna hand wave that too. TLDR, I just wanted to apologize for my friends. I was gonna offer to repair the decanter in my free time, because I can do that. And I just wanted to ask him if it would be possible the next day if we could try and investigate what happened to his employees. And maybe have access to the rooms to see if maybe they left notes or clues or something.
He looks at you and he says, yes, that could be arranged.
Very well. I will try to make sure that she does not join us.
Thank you.
In worst case scenario, just tell her the birds are doing something somewhere and they're naked. That, trust me, it'll get rid of her in an instant.
He looks at you like, what the fuck is he talking about?
It's,
Somewhere outside, Omo's ears are burning.
But he just nods and he says, yes, okay.
It's weird. Good night. And I just head out.
So on the outside,
I cannot believe your behavior.
To be completely honest, this went better than most of our encounters. Like, in all seriousness, the last time we interacted with someone, we blew up.
The last time we encountered someone, they weren't of a position of importance and power. They were some homeless woman we met in an abandoned windmill.
I still
I think
can't
it's
believe
that
you gave
homeless
the
thing.
racist the ring.
Alright. We need a bed.
Omo,
Mm-hmm.
as you all leave, you start, and I have to use this word. No, it's not meant in the context everyone's mind is going to jump to.
Okay.
So it's gonna be
Oh,
funny.
exciting.
As you all leave, you start hearing moaning come from this into the hallway.
Oh. Hey, you guys hear that?
We do not have time for this, please.
Oh, wait. Go. Omo walks back to the door and like, put your ear up against it.
Oh, wait. By the nine hells, Talister, go get her, I'll help you.
No, listen, Talister. Just put your ear up against the door real quick.
I put my hand over the pocket with the ring in it so that it's
I'm
shut,
okay. I'll put
And-
my hands up. Omo has her hands up in the air.
and I walk up to the door and I put my head against it.
Ringley's gonna peek underneath the door.
Do I hear anything?
Up against the. You said you put your.
Yeah,
You're up against the door.
I lean up against the door.
Yes, you do hear a faint moaning inside of there.
Ringley's gonna like lay down on the ground and like peek underneath the.
Um. You can't really see anything in there. You don't have dark vision, and it's very dark in there.
All right.
I walk over to Leovar and I tell him to hold the door to the Burgomaster's office shut while we look what's in this room, so he doesn't walk out and see what's
What
going
the
on.
hell are we doing?
Ringley opens the door.
The door is locked.
Ringley, let me
my-
rephrase
You
that.
might need Leovor.
Ringley
actually.
opens
places-
the door.
No, please, no.
I switch places with Leovar and I hold the door shut. And he can go open the door.
No.
What the hell are we doing?
Okay, I'll do it.
I trust you to
Go
have your head on
ahead.
things.
Is it a strength?
I think he just
I'd
slipped.
say it's an athletics if you're trying to break it. You ram your shoulder into it. It's a very sturdy door.
All right, Leovor, you got your thieves' tools, right?
Yep, let's do this.
So
All right.
something that I do want to bring up. So there are certain checks that I do. This is something that I'm starting to homebrew in.
Okay,
That basically the take 20.
Oh.
Okay.
You can certain checks you are able to accomplish, but you have to spend time doing them. If you want to try and do that this said check faster, then you would have to do the actual check for it.
Right, so kicking down a door, eventually it'll get kicked down.
Well, no, kicking down a door, that would be a single time, as in you run into it and you're either able to or you're not. Things such as picking a lock, you can get it with time, but if you want to try and do it in a timely fashion, then you would have to do a skill check for it. So,
Got it.
with that, if you would like to take a minute to try to open it, of course things could happen during that minute, or if you want to try and quickly open it.
I'd go for quickly.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah. You're
Roll again?
able to... No.
Cool.
You know, I actually didn't look at that before, so I'll say that it's good this time.
Got it.
So you're able to, you slip your tools in, you clink it for, takes you maybe like 5-6 seconds. You're able to unlock it, and you hear the clink, and you pull your tools out, and you stand up, and you twist the door.
Can I check for traps?
Yes.
Don't worry, I've got
Um,
very good passive
You
perception.
don't worry about doing investigation. There are no traps.
Okay.
You do not see any traps on it. You start to open the door. You feel the door is a little heavy. It's made of a very solid wood. You start opening it. Because you have dark vision, as you open it, you're able to faintly see. You're able to see a figure inside of there, shackled to the wall.
Oh shit! I turn around and I say that. I look at everyone.
Uh-oh.
Is it a male, female? Can I tell any like particulars?
Well, you have dark vision, so you can actually see him. Like, it's dim light, technically.
Got it.
So you look and you see a very I love this word, gaunt. You see a very gaunt looking man. Chained to the back wall of this otherwise empty closet is a badly beaten man wearing nothing but a loincloth. The iron shackles have cut into his wrists, causing blood to trickle down his hands.
okay, before anyone reacts, I would just like to bring up something that is important that you're going to forget.
Almost the best.
Aye.
Hey, Ringley's got me.
Oh no, you do realize that I'm terrible liar. I could never say that in the wildest dreams. But I'm going to say is we live in a world where people can become infected and lose their minds. So before we do anything rash, how about we talk to the mayor of the house?
At
Because it
which
sounds like
I-
we're about to either start a fight, or
I
we're going to
remember
start a fight.
the last person we found chained was not a person.
I'm
That's what I was saying.
gonna look to everyone. I'm gonna say,
We're gonna play this cool.
and I open the door and walk back into the room. And I say to the Burgomaster,
You have someone who appears to be distressed.
I face palm.
The Baron looks at you with a weird look, and he says, "Help me again."
I believe Isaac is participating in some extracurricular beating.
and I'm gonna kind of thumb towards that side of the hall.
He looks at you, and his eyes open a little, and then he narrows them, and he says, "What exactly are you doing, looking in the
We're
other?"
not looking at anything. We can hear it.
Okay. For some reason that didn't. He looks and he says, he looks at you. He says, "Okay. I shall speak with Isaac then."
Are you going to give us an explanation as to why there's a beaten, crying, whimpering individual in the room adjacent to yours?
Well, do you know what law is?
I mean, that's his
Sorry.
alignment.
Yes, I am familiar with the term.
So you understand that if people break the law, then they must be punished.
Yes.
Well, this man that you said, or this person of interest that you said you found, has broken said law, and Isaac has his ways, but they get things done. And so I turn an eye the other way. And then he looks at you, and you can tell that his tone changes, and he says, "I don't really like what you are doing looking through my house, of course. I originally brought you here as guests. Isaac, God forbid, didn't take it the way that I wanted it to, but I think you all should be going."
Then we'll call ourselves equal. And it's been, again, a pleasure, Baron.
And I turn and leave and shut the door. And I look at Leovar and I mouth, "Lock the door."
I will do as he says.
So you go down and you lock the door.
Yeah, I close it and lock it.
And I kind of wave everyone down the hall.
Yeah, no, just leaving.
Towards the person or the other
No,
way?
away from the person, away. We're leaving.
We are going. Anybody
Where
who
are we
stays here
going?
is as good as dead, so we're going.
That climber's gone. I guess we go outside.
Well, we did see her chase after, like, Hunkosaurus Knot.
Oh, she
You
left
did hear her
first.
go running after, yelling, "Isaac! Isaac, I want to speak with you! I'm your biggest fan."
Good clamor impression.
She's gonna hunter's mark him and then just follow him later. Oh wait, no, she can use her class
idea.
ability and just, like, find out all of his stats.
Matthew, shut the hell up.
I meant that in a joking way.
But now she's gonna do it.
Oh, I didn't realize. Oh shit.
Yeah.
That was legit me just not thinking about it because I play a lot of dating sims, so it's not a odd mechanic to me.
Thanks for the information, bud.
So
I do programming on the side.
All
you
right.
come walking back by
Get the hell
the
out of
door that you just closed. And you see the room across the way, Talister, the one, as you had opened the door previously, you saw Isaac leaving and locking. You see that the door is slightly ajar, like he didn't actually close it all the way. Generally happens to dunce people.
I ignore and keep going.
Ignore and keep going. Hold on. I ignore and I make sure Omo keeps going.
God damn it! What are you looking at me for, Samuel? You got something to say?
Keep going.
I gotta tie my shoe.
I draw my rapier.
Samuel looks down.
Oh.
Those bare feet.
All right, fine. Yeah, I am barefoot, aren't I?
Almost, I know
Alright.
you long enough that I can know when you're bullshit.
So you all are leaving then?
Barefoot.
Yes.
Hey, we are leaving.
Okay, so you all go down the stairs and you all head outside. As you go outside, you all are out in the courtyard, and you see Clamor out there looking around, trying to find out where Isaac went. You all start walking along the path back to the area that you're in is a little like walled off area. So you all start to leave, and as you are walking down to the gates to leave, you turn and see. Well, you get to the gates and you exit them, and they close behind you, and you all look over and you see Esmeralda there. Just up against a, like, leaning up against a signpost. Like a lamppost.
That is convenient.
Hey,
Fancy
girl.
meeting you here.
You know this person?
We've had, I've had bad run-ins with the, Baron, so didn't really want to deal with him.
What's wrong with the Baron?
He and I don't see eye to eye at times.
This is going to sound very, very, very random. Did you ever describe the man you're looking for to us?
I'm actually trying to think if she did.
I don't think so.
I don't think she did. I'm pretty sure that Lucian did.
I think all we knew was he was the man who lived on the hill. I don't think we got any more than that.
I don't have any more than that.
Okay, then I think she did describe some of him. Mentioned that he raised her since he was a young man. Well,
Yeah,
since she was a young man.
She would have mentioned it since we're all looking for him.
Yeah.
Well, then my second question is, what did the man up there look like?
What did he wear?
The guy that was chained.
I did not get a chance to see them, but my brain works in weird ways. Okay.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to take a little bit of a rest. This day has been too much for me.
You know what? I agree with that.
I can feel the latent power building up inside me.
Hey,
Let it out.
hey.
Okay, everybody seems to have a head contusion.
Why did we leave the town if we're about to rest? We could have gone to the tavern or something.
I've got to unload. I drank a whole case of whatever that was.
Someone going to tell me who this girl is?
Oh, you don't even know her.
Don't.
So I need to pause us for the moment. I just looked at the back of my Curse of Strahd physical book, and there's a fucking fold-out map back there.
Really?
This is awesome. I did not know this thing was back there.
That's nice.
Sorry, back to what was going
All right.
Tell you what, we still don't really know who you are, so why don't you reintroduce yourself? Do it twice. Maybe we'll pick up something interesting this time.
She rolls her eyes and says, "Oh, no time. Let's go back to the church." And she starts walking away.
This I agree with.
I,
At least in the church we could do minimum damage.
Can we trust her or?
Yes.
I believe so. She hasn't killed us yet, or tried to kill us. That's usually...
You know what? I trust Ringley, so I trust her.
She did try to kill us, Ringley.
That is incorrect.
It was kind of me trying to kill everyone.
She almost succeeded in my case.
It was not intentional.
You gotta remember, pain builds character, Talister.
As
Then
you
Talister must
all-
have a lot of character.
Exactly.
Oy vey.
He does.
as she's walking over, she says, "I did not try to kill you. You opened my cart.
Ah,
You owe me
see?
a new one."
See?
Hey. All right.
Guess we go to the church.
Yeah.
I go to the church at least.
Ringley follows. As soon as he
Sure.
finds a bed, he flops down
Wait,
and
are you
then
actually
lights
gonna
at
check the
another.
bed?
He is.
Who here's missing hit dice?
Missing a spell slot.
I'm
That's
missing
about
my
it.
hit dice.
Okay, so do you guys choose to take a long rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
back
right
at the
now.
church.
It's yeah. You guys are back at the church. It's about 7 o'clock at night.
Oh yeah.
We can get an early start tomorrow.
Well, first we should talk to. What's her face?
Arena or Esmeralda?
Esmeralda. She clearly wants to talk about something. To bother sticking around us, she must have something in mind.
I'm pretty sure it's about the Baron. There's some.
And we need to understand that the Baron, this is the Baron's land, it's his law. We work by his rules. What he says goes. If he's torturing criminals, that's him.
I don't feel good about it though.
You don't have to feel
I
good
don't
about it, you
either.
have to understand that that's the law. That is the law of this land.
You
Mr.
wanna have a
Talister.
You want to have a
Go, you
conversation?
go ahead.
I'm sorry. You want
No,
to have
you
a
go ahead.
conversation? You want to have
Say
a
that one
conversa-
more time, Matt. Yeah.
You want to have a. The problem is that with his accent, I basically speech jam myself. All of you can go have a conversation. I just had a thought of something that might make our troubles later a lot better. I'm going to go over into a corner and be by myself.
That's weird.
Oh.
I just sit down in the corner and start unfolding all of my notes. Just start rapidly scripting something.
Okay. So everyone go ahead. You all are taking your long rest now, so everyone levels up.
Yay!
At some point over the long rest, I'm going to give Samuel my. What was the name of the sword? The Stygian Darkblade, and ask him to identify it to make sure there's nothing.
Would it be
I don't trust Elizabeth, or whatever her name was. I don't trust
Esmeralda?
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda. Listen. I don't trust Esmeralda's identification. I want to know what Samuel thinks.
Alright. Would this be in the morning or the night?
Before the rest, so you get the slot back. I'm gonna ask you to just cast Identify for me.
Okay.
Sure. I take a minute out of my time and I'm just unthinkingly casting Identify on it and just moving on.
Okay. So I assume that you're just gonna relay everything that I tell you to him.
Yeah. No, it's, like, I'm currently focused
so-
on my current project, so I have no id right now. I'm all ego.
He basically informs you of the things that Esmeralda told you before.
So
The only thing that he does not fully say, and you feel at this time, well, he states that the reason why he cannot fully say everything is because he is not that adept at the specific form of what it is, but he says he does feel something inside of it.
alright. So
Well,
it's still, as far as I'm concerned, it's just a +1 longsword.
Yes.
and if it's relevant, does that reveal any curses on it?
I don't think Identify reveals curses.
It reveals any magical effect.
I think it specifically doesn't reveal curses. I think that was one of the Twitter ask things.
Let me read it and decide.
Because I also, in my campaign, had Identify reveal curses, and I don't think that's what it's supposed to do.
Well, that's one of the first things, so, huh.
Uh, DMG, page 193, most methods of identifying items, including the Identify spell, fail to reveal curses.
Okay, it says
Although-
see cursed items, so cursed items have special rules.
Although lore might hint at it.
Alright, okay.
Okay.
I did not know that. That is relevant information.
Mm-hmm.
Can I then use a divine sense to see if I can? No, divine sense wouldn't give me anything, so I won't.
Because I'm pretty sure Divine Sense only tells you celestial fiends or undead.
Well, it also mentions blessed or hallowed, grounded items, but then it would just say, again, yes, this item is dark, and nothing of what that exactly means.
Yeah, pretty much.
Presumably, so.
Anybody have detect good and evil?
Do I?
I have protection from good and evil.
I also have protection.
I have uncanny dodge.
I just have a sword.
All this detection would just say yes, it is evil, and not say what the evil actually specifically is, though.
By the way, do we know if the spell Daylight works on vampires?
We have no idea.
They wouldn't like it, at least.
Well, would I know that with my favorite enemy being vampires?
Your favorite enemy
Or
is not
undead.
vampires, undead.
Vampires are undead.
Well, I mean, just
Y'all
let's see.
have never encountered a vampire before.
Yeah.
Yes, we
you
have.
know.
We
Well,
encountered a vampire spawn, but we
Okay.
fought in a basement at night.
Yes, we also rolled to see if we knew anything about it, and all we picked up is like it's legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only know its myths. You've never actually studied it.
Right.
Was
Because
this
you've never
before I
studied.
came in? Did I not? Did I
Yeah.
roll that?
No, it was one of the games where it's just like 3 of us.
You were not here, Clamor.
Yeah. So could
So
I
just-
roll to see if I know things? Because I feel like I would know a little bit at least.
What I wanted to know is, out of character, does the spell Daylight affect vampires?
Out
Oh.
of character, it typically doesn't, unless it has a specific line that says so.
Okay.
Daylight doesn't actually make daylight; it just makes
Right,
sunlight.
Now, there's a spell, I think, that does do something.
Sunbeam.
Sunbeam, yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Or unless you're like a light domain cleric.
Yeah.
Because that would be awesome to play in this.
I got a lot of swords.
Alright, now back to character.
Let me see something really fast.
Oh.
Because
Because I was about to say, after the long rest, you don't find me. You just find a very large purple bubble just sitting in the middle of the room. Let's see, about
Jeez, I don't
40
know.
foot in radius.
Level 3
40
spell
feet in radius?
It's 20-foot diameter.
Oh, God.
Then it would, like, blow up through the roof?
Wait, do you mean 20-foot radius and 40-foot diameter?
From the center to each corner is 20 feet.
Oh,
Okay,
dang,
yeah, that's radius.
Yeah, so it's 40 feet diameter.
Yeah.
I have to double check.
what is your reasoning for going Monster Hunter? Well, Monster Slayer.
Because they're more exciting than just the normal like animal type thing. Like, she wasn't in the forest for like naturey garbage. She was in there to find herself and do cool things, and so she went after like cool things. You know, she tracked down cool like, I don't see her as wanting something typical like,
Okay,
I don't
instead
know,
of
dragons.
cool things, actually state things. Because that'll help you decide if you will be able to roll to see if you know anything about vampires.
I don't know. I didn't think out the exact details of everything she's ever hunted before,
Magic
but
weapon concentration.
Yep.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sucks.
what?
I didn't know
You're
magic
talking
weapon
about
was
something
concentration.
Oh. I just thought that it would be badass if she hunted down like undead things, because she knows that they're not normal targets for people.
Okay.
Oh. Our proficiency went up. Oh, that's nice. All my
Also,
numbers got
she's
bigger.
all like obsessed with her fiendish type ancestry and stuff too, and so then she's all like,
Fiends and undead.
"Ooh, undead things are bad with fire a lot of times too." I think.
So,
Except for here.
because of that, because in the natural world, all that you all have are things about.
There's no necromancers and stuff.
There are necromancers, but you don't have vampires in the natural world. None
Oh,
of
really?
there are only myths.
Huh.
Um,
Okay. I had no clue vampires was the less common thing.
yes. I'll let you do an intelligence check, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be with disadvantage.
Guys, I have good news.
Just
I got
wait, just straight intelligence?
Just straight intelligence. What is? Are you proficient in history? Clamor.
That sounds like a no.
Oh, sorry, I was hitting the wrong push to talk button. No.
Okay, then you would have still gotten the 2. That's a 4. Yeah, you don't really know a lot about them. Because of that, I'll say that you more so got into the Monster Slayer business because you thought being an adventurer and going after like dragons and evil fays and everything.
Well, not necessarily dragons, but sure.
You were drawn to the incitement rather than the voiding of evil.
But no, we have not talked about Xanathar's Guide yet. Something that I did want to bring up, I will allow spells from Xanathar's Guide. Of course, inform me of said spells beforehand, because some things may break curse.
Some of those spells, like summoning a wizard's tower.
Yeah.
We won't get high enough level to cast that.
Yeah, good point. Still.
Are you talking about Tiny Hut?
What? No. The wizards get like their own summonable fortress.
Oh, almost, yeah. Religious casters, druids, and wizards each get the ability to summon a temporary fortress, like castle-sized.
Temporary, my ass.
Doesn't it last for like a week or something like that?
Yeah, unless you cast it every day for the week and then it's permanent.
Good point.
Yeah. Then can I hold off taking Fireball for right now so I can go look back?
Does anyone have a link to the PDF or something?
I do.
Can you send it, please?
Paladin only gets 3 spells for Xanthar's, though, and it's
If you are going to send it via private chat.
Yeah.
Instead
Roger,
of
Roger.
public.
Paladins get Ceremony, blah, Find Greater Steed, blah, and Holy Weapon. Blah.
To be fair, Ceremony would have saved us in the Death House, as it has ability to banish a ghost.
I thought Ceremony was the one that granted, like, marriage and things like that.
Yeah, you can also
You
desecrate...
can do lots of things with it.
You can also consecrate the dead.
I remember in the UA it was awful.
Consummate.
In the UA it was nothing but flavor. There was
Oh,
no
it is still.
practical use.
But it has some mechanics.
But yeah.
Well, they must have. I mean, they added new ones because in the UA it was like marriage and like just domestic uses.
It still is.
There was no. Then what do you dispel ghosts with? Was it?
You have the ability to make the dead uninhabitable by undead. You know, you preserve the dead. They basically changed the wording so it's more useful.
All right.
It's also a ritual, so quit your bitching.
Okay, so is everyone fully leveled up?
Yes.
Uh,
Uh,
I just have one spell slot that I'm not filling right now.
yeah, I'm waiting to see Xanthar's Guide.
Oh, you're
So
a druid, you're good.
Huh?
Have you not gotten the list yet?
No, I haven't.
Does Xanathar's guide have anything for druids?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yes.
Oh, it does?
Wizard, cleric, and druid got the most.
Druid. Oh, geez, Druid got like 30 or 40 spells.
Yes,
Oof.
they're awesome.
Just use that website.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I also
Website's a lot easier to use.
the good news I have is I get call lightning, which if we're outside, it's just better moonbeam. Because it's
stack 'em? You do both.
oh no, they're both concentration.
I wouldn't say better, because it's a deck save, and it's also lightning damage.
Yeah,
Well,
fair.
it's a dex save versus a con save, right?
Yeah, which means it'll be easier to save against.
I mean, undead tend to have high con and low dex.
Yeah. And they're not immune to lightning.
I mean, moonbeam is radiant damage also.
Yeah.
Like, they each have their own uses. Although, with lightning, we don't have to worry about getting hit every round. We can move through it fine. A moonbeam would just, it's an orbital laser.
With Find Greater Steed, you can summon a rhinoceros.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you're missing the point of a griffin
Yeah, a griffin also.
and a pegasus.
Yeah.
Do you know
Flying
the spells
speed.
a pegasus knows?
You guys can't see it, but I'm rolling my eyes right now.
Of course. It's a 4th level spell. He won't get it in this game anyway.
Maybe.
4th
What?
level paladin spell.
What? Yeah, they get 4th level at 13. And at most, you guys are going to go to 11.
Yeah, Wizard's got a lot more spells.
Holy Weapon is actually pretty good. It's magic weapon, but better.
Yeah. I know, like, I
Anyway.
didn't get it much, but I got good. Alright, yeah, moving on.
Alright, we all took a rest. Ringley starts stretching his legs. I feel quicker. Like I could outrun some of you. And he starts kind of running back and forth up and down the pews.
It's like a kid in a church running through the pews and everything.
I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like I can make 2 attacks where I used to be able to make 1.
Hey, me too.
It's almost like my spell slot level increased.
Hey, Dan.
What's a spell slot?
I don't know.
Well, this is going on.
Is
I'm
that
gonna
what
take out my...
Palagorns get? He just looks around and sees his hands.
Do you not have those? I have those, I think.
Maybe I have to grow into them. I'll wait.
It took me a few years.
Oh. Cat looks down.
Paladin abilities come slow. They
Hey, Dan.
It's alright. I swore an oath I'll wait.
What, Matt?
While they're talking, can I just start throwing random crap I make with prestidigitation at them through the bubble?
Okay.
Just like pencils and shit.
I'll be back.
Alright. Ringley's gonna run into the bubble.
You bounce off of it.
Is it completely invulnerable?
Yeah. It's one way. I can shoot out of it, but you can't get in.
Alright. I'm gonna start stacking chairs and things up against it.
Okay. I just lean my hand out and push it over.
Alright.
This is one of the trolliest spells in this game.
Oh, okay.
You alright?
Omo.
Yeah.
So people start explaining to you about who Esmeralda is, and that they're looking for this man named Rictavio. That perks your ear up.
Oh.
So you had gone to the Blue Water Inn to speak with the bird people.
Yes.
There was a man, a singular man, inside of the place when you arrived, speaking with the townskeep. Well, with the barkeep, having a couple of drinks. As you were speaking to some of the birds of the feather, you showed them the black raven's feather that you all had received before. You heard mention of the name Rictavio,
Mm.
and make an intelligence check.
Okay. There it is. Yeah, baby.
You deduce that the man that was at the bar having the drink was Rictavio.
Oh. I know Rictavio.
¿Por qué?
As you say that, Esmeralda sits up straighter and she says, "You do."
Yeah, he was at the bar I was at. With the bird guys.
He was at the
Oh, hell. She just wants to go back to get more bird dick.
No, That is a fair assumption. But last time I was there, Clum was not there, so... Alright, we're in the green. You're in the green, specifically.
So you think he would still be there? Wouldn't he have left?
It was only like Omo had gone there yesterday morning,
Yeah, I mean, worst
so
case
he was
scenario.
there.
If he's a drunk old man who would pass out at a bar, he's probably still there.
Hey, worst case scenario, then they might know where he went.
Yeah, true. Now we're gonna have to walk into the bird nest.
That's actually a nice place in there.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is.
I had assumed it would be filled with feces and hay.
And bird.
You are
And
so
bird.
racist. I can't even fathom how you go about your daily life, Talister.
They're
We
birds.
do not have much room to talk.
Oh,
Someone
They're
talking?
birds. But
I
they're
thought I
birds.
keep seeing this purple thing.
It's very hard to have a conversation while you're sitting inside your magical bubble.
I
he
left.
said he got out.
Alright, then it dissipates.
Hmm?
Alright, I start picking up some things and throwing it at you.
So our course of action is to go to the bar and ask for a sad, lonely old man.
Wow.
I can't imagine that.
At
would be
that,
difficult
Esmeralda
to-
says, "Excuse me, please watch what you say."
Oh, like you disagree with that statement.
No, I don't, but still.
I think she's trying to say use tact.
I think she's trying to say Talister's being disrespectful to everyone.
I am shocked and amazed I am being asked to be tactful.
This is one of the few times where I'm going to
From
have
the
to agree with him.
barbarian. Who ends every conversation in a belch.
So, do you all make your way to?
Aye, we make our way
Hey?
to the tavern.
We make
Can I-
our way.
You're making me do my Scottish voice.
So, y'all make your way, and you come up to the doors.
Hey everyone, I'm
Opens the
back.
door.
Top roarous applause. Omo returned.
Okay.
Oh, what does a curtsy?
Let's take a 10-minute break.
All right.
This is a good spot to take a break because some other stuff is about to happen. Let's just get back here in 10 minutes. For those of you that still have spells to look at, if you would like to take this time, of course, if you need to get up and do whatever, feel free. Let me find.
Wait, can I ask something real quick?
What's up?
Who in the party doesn't hate Omo right now?
It's not hate, it's just cannot understand.
I don't hate you.
Ringley doesn't hate you.
Yeah,
I'm fine with
Leovard.
Omo.
Like, if any of us hated you, you wouldn't be here.
Fair enough. I think Talister hates me, though. I think that's genuine.
Alistair's just upset at you. He doesn't hate you.
Mm.
All right, so we're at
We're
He's
tired
em-
of your shit.
He's embarrassed by you.
Mm.
So you all start approaching the inn.
Ringley
Maybe he
runs
should be
ahead
embarrassed
of
about
everyone.
the fact that I have to cure his wounds every single time.
Gray smoke issues from the chimney of this large 2-story wooden building with a stone foundation and sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. A painted window sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall.
All right, Ringley opens the door.
This will be a
Omo is,
moment because there is a lot that I need to show you.
Wait, Omo looks up at the crows on the roof and says, Any of you Clum? Any of you guys?
They just look down at you and they caw.
Yeah, well, it was worth a shot.
Okay. So, you all go running in. Everyone can see inside, correct? Okay.
Yep.
I think you might actually be sitting on someone or standing on someone.
Typical of Ringley.
Is that? I don't know why he's invisible,
Hmm.
but
Is he on the DM
Sanity.
level?
he is.
Oh.
Only God can see this man.
I'm reloading because that stupid glitch happened again,
Yeah, same here.
With the loading thing.
which sucks because I'm probably about to have it happen again for everyone because I'm about to show you what Rictavio looks like.
I can see him right here.
Well, yeah, that is him, but I'm gonna pull the token up so you can also can see him. Or, I'll do
the show to players. That's probably easier.
Hey, don't read any of the shit on the right.
Okay.
Nope.
Let me get rid of that.
Immediately closing it so it's not in the video.
Okay.
I got a quick glimpse at him. I imagine he's looks like Victor.
Very similar, yes.
He's an old
Okay.
man.
All right,
Victor is not
Ringley
grown up.
puts his head up on the table, and he says, "I'll take a pint and one for me friend here." And he motions over to this dude,
Which dude?
Octavio.
Oh, okay. You actually don't know what he looks like,
Oh,
so you wouldn't know that this is him. Like in
Alright.
character, you wouldn't know that this is him.
all right. Then I'll
Um,
take a pint.
Almost sits down next to him and goes, Hey, Rictavio!
You would know what he looks like. So
How's it going, my man?
he turns and looks at you, drink in his hand, and he says, "Do I know you?"
Yeah, we were, I was in the bar a little while ago. I think I said hi to you. I don't know, it was kind of a blur.
He has a glazed look in his eyes, and he says, "Oh, you're the one that got removed by that one guy."
Yeah.
I am very sorry about. I would have. And he hiccups and he says, "I would have done something, but." And then he just
Yeah.
points at his glass and takes another drink.
Yeah, I understand. Hey, next one's on me. I pat him on the shoulder.
As this is all happening, Esmeralda comes in. She stops herself, and she goes, "Victavia," and he stops, and his ears perk up. And he turns and looks. Well, turns around and he looks, and he says, "Esmeralda, what are you doing here?" And he jumps up out of the thing. Doesn't look drunk at all now. He says, why are you?" And he just gets pissed. He's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And she said, "I came looking for you, of course." Silly uncle. She walks over to him.
Can I roll insight? Not to see if anybody's lying, but to see what the tension in the room is. Is this bad encounter? Is this you forgot my birthday last year? Is this he thinks he's going to get stabbed?
Okay, go ahead.
Because like the second somebody jumps up, like it's just like, whoa, what's going on? It's like I've been to enough Thanksgiving dinners to know that this is when shit starts to happen.
Is the music playing for anyone
Yeah.
else?
Yes.
It is.
Not for me.
Church organs.
Is it supposed to be spooky?
It is a little quiet.
Oh,
There we go.
yeah, there it is.
Ah!
Sorry, that's not the correct one.
Right, I was gonna say, is he gonna turn into a vampire?
He turns into a bat and starts flying away.
I want to suck your blood.
Blah, blah, blah. We do not say blah, blah, blah.
If Omo dies, that's totally what my next character's accent is gonna be.
I don't know why this isn't playing.
Oh, now it's playing.
It's just really quiet for me. Might
Yeah,
be.
I can hear it fine.
I can hear it.
I can't.
Okay, there we go. So you're not able to really see tell anything. You can see that there's a love-hate relationship.
Okay. All right.
Other than that,
Okay. We didn't lead an assassin to her prey. There we go. All right. I'm just gonna sit down and just watch
As
this.
far as you know.
as you look, she draws a blade.
The hell?
Just she doesn't.
She pulls out a gun and blows him away.
I would actually be happy because that means we get a gun.
She
Music
runs
is way
over
too
and
epic.
gives him a hug, and he just looks at her and he pats her on the back and then pushes her away and says, "I thought you weren't coming back." She said, "Well, I had to make sure that you were okay, Uncle." And he said, "But, what?" And he turns around and he grabs his drink and downs it and he slams it back down on the thing and says, "Make it a double this time."
Hey, I'll take
I'm
this.
not paying
I'll take
for a
what he's
double.
having.
And the barkeep looks at you all and just shuts her eyes and shakes her head, and then turns around and grabs the alcohol and starts pouring.
You got any fine wines back there?
You see, as you say that, a bottle starts floating from the shelf and lands in front of you, and then a glass comes up and lands in front of you also.
Hey, self-service. That's nice.
Okay.
Okay, that was good.
So he says, "Esmeralda, why did you come back? I got you out of here. Why did you want to? Who are these people?"
Hey, you know who
what
I
are your
am.
new friends?
Hi.
To be completely honest, I'm beginning to wonder that as well, but we are friends, for better or worse.
I
have never met you before in my life.
I lean in close to
We're perfect.
Octavio, and I say, don't worry, they're all with me, except the Dragonborn.
I cannot wait for 200 years where I invent a bus so we can throw the talisman underneath it.
I need a moment.
To gather yourself.
Yeah, that was really, really good. I'm very pleased with that.
Good job, Sam.
I soak up all the hits and fights. I might as well.
I know that
soak
was
up
out
all
of
the
character.
blame.
Samuel, do you have inspiration?
I don't think I do. I think I used it.
If you used it, you gain it back for that comment.
Sweet. I gotta get my character sheet.
Okay.
Alright.
So I also just realized that y'all can't see any of these other motherfuckers.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh, are there other people in this building?
Yes, there are.
I was
Oh,
gonna
my
say,
bad.
like, this is a really nice meet. Oh, shite.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Bunch of
Let
people
me just-
appear out of thin air.
I was
Yeah, let
gonna
me just
ask
come
if
over
there were more
here.
invisible-
Guys, don't be alarmed. There's 4 people locked up in the Baron's house over there.
Actually, there are also more right there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This place is popping.
Yeah. So there are a bunch of people just sitting around talking, drinking. So one He looks around at all of you. And he
Did
just
all these new people.
Can I have some of that wine that came over by itself?
that's up to Omo.
I'm asking Omo.
Yeah. Omo sighs begrudgingly and pours you a small glass.
I just need a little bit.
Yeah, because you're a lightweight.
Because you.
It's the tolerance. Drink this stuff like water.
I don't see why being a heavy drinker would be a good thing, but okay.
Also, how is somebody who is suspiciously specifically avoided civilization have anything to do with, the cultivating of spirits?
Hey, just because I lived in the forest doesn't mean I didn't live in opulence.
Yeah, just because someone is in a forest doesn't mean that they don't know civilization.
Thank you, Clamor.
We grow it back in the back.
We think Omo did not grow up in a forest. She grew up in the backyard of a mansion.
I mean,
Drink from the natural wine cellar.
my parents were very wealthy, but that has nothing to do with it.
I feel like we can connect a lot more than I thought we could.
I guess so, huh?
I down my
We
drink.
both had wealthy families. We both lived in the
I'll
forest.
take another pint, and then I
While
start.
we're all enjoying our day off and drinking into oblivion.
Nobody asked, Alistair.
How exactly does this old man not know who we are if he personally invited us to come and find him?
What?
Didn't he invite us to his... Isn't that why we went
No,
there?
No.
This is the old man on the hill.
Yeah, didn't he send a request
No,
for us?
No. The pastor told us.
She just told you about him.
Talister, you are so stupid.
It's not my job to keep track of all of this, okay? I'm trying to manage a lot right
It is apparently you're the group leader with the big fancy ring.
So the woman behind the bar goes through the door in the back here. And a few moments later, you see a man come out. And he walks out, very, very large man. Looks like he has a beer gut.
Right.
Probably about 6'2", 6'3". He comes walking out. Omo, you recognize him. He's the guy that you were talking to before Isaac came and took you. And he walks out and he's looking around and he's like, Omo! It is so good to see you!
What's his
And
name?
he comes walking over, Erwin.
Hey, Erwin!
Wow, Omo, you made a lot of friends while we were gone.
It's almost
He comes over.
It's almost as though this party is bringing down my charisma.
This seems to be a bar of great cheers where everyone seems to know his name.
He comes over and he says, Omo, and he grabs your head and he kisses you on both sides. He says, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you too, Erwin.
I'm very sorry to hear what happened. I as you know, I had to leave, and apparently when I got back, you weren't here, and I just assumed that you had left to meet up with your friends. I assume these are your friends. Greetings, drinks all around.
Aye.
Just the four of them. Just the four of them.
Over here.
Hey!
You hear cheering from over here, and everyone's like, "Not you all!" And they're like, "Fucking." So he starts pouring ale and everything, holding them out.
All right, Ringley takes two pitchers and kind of downs them one after the other. Yes.
So Erwin just looks around. And he's like, "Okay," and he starts just getting more and more and more. And he starts going around. And he looks back, and he's about to hand one to Talister, and he's like, "Did you say not this one?"
Not that one, no.
I don't drink ale. She's keeping an eye out for me.
I've never seen that man before in my life.
Hey, Talister, here, you can have one of mine.
Speaking of
You got some catching up to do.
Ringley, honey, I told you not to talk to strangers.
What? Why are you talking about Talister like that? He's a Palagorn, you know. And as he starts to sway a little bit.
Speaking of not knowing
crazy.
people, hi sir, what's your name?
If I remember correctly, it was Talister who had
It's
us first introduced.
Erwin.
He had to pull the bear off you before it made you his mate. That's the entire reason we know you.
Erwin turns to you, Clamor, and he says, "Oh, I'm Erwin. Nice to meet you." And he holds a big hand out to you.
I shake his hand. Hi, I'm Clamor.
Nice to meet you, Clamor.
Do you want to hear a song?
No, thank you. And he starts getting more drink. As he starts pouring another pitcher for
I start
Ringley.
playing the kazoo anyway.
He takes something and he throws it at you.
With a smile still on his face.
How rude! Clearly, you need to be cut off.
Ringley begins to dance on the table.
Does an 18 hit your AC?
I think so, yeah.
You get hit with an empty, like an empty wooden glass, and he's like, "Stop the music!"
At least he appreciates me. I keep playing because Bringley is dancing, damn it.
Clamor, the only music this place needs is the cheering of its patrons.
No one's cheering. What are you talking about?
They're having a raucous old time.
Why does no one like my music? It's not like it's bad.
It's the kazoo. It's the fact that it's a kazoo.
To be fair, you can carry that thing quite well. That thing can't.
Kazoo solos have not been historically accepted among society.
My kazoo is magical, though. It's not just a kazoo, yo.
You know what I heard?
It's beautiful.
Talister told me he hates people who play the kazoo.
I'm not going to start a fight in a bar with this many people just because you tried.
Hey guys, it's
You
11:15. It's 11:15. It's about time for that bus right now.
Oh, sorry. We also have to invent daylight savings time because we're still behind.
It's alright. It's alright. So, I'm dancing and I'm handing Talister my extra mug. And, just having a good time.
So the question is, though, Abe, does the mug have something in it?
It does.
Okay.
I was getting ready to two-fist, and then I saw that Talister wasn't drinking, so I was trying to have compassion on him. Especially being a fellow Palagorn.
He doesn't drink ale, so he kind of accepts it and then puts it on the table and leaves it there.
Alright, when I see that he doesn't drink it, I'll kind of do like a handstand and kind of like flip up over the bar stool and like grab it off the table and take a big swig.
Acrobatics check.
I will attempt to do that without landing on my head. Does acrobatic? Okay. 5.
When I
start to do that, like you put your hands on the bar stool to try and do the backflip to get onto it. Your weight offsets it, and you didn't place your hands equally in the middle of it, and so the bar stool flips and you land on the floor.
I get up like I meant to do that,
and knock my cup on the ground and it spills everywhere.
And I start to drink it off the side of the table, like the drips.
You hear cheering from over here.
That's the cheering I was talking about, Clamor.
Erwin turns around and he goes to the third barrel over here, and he starts pouring more liquid out. You see that the liquid is starting to taper off. It's not coming out as much. He says, "Doug, blast it." And he turns around and he
What's
says,
wrong, Erwin?
This is the last one. And he sets it down and he walks over. And he says, "Well, we haven't been able to get our supplies lately."
That combined with Ringley is a death sentence.
Aye. How will we ever survive?
That man can drink me out of house and home.
Yeah.
Where are you getting your shipments? Maybe I can help.
Did you just ask him where his shrimp mints come from?
His shipments. He says he couldn't get any more ale.
His shrimp mints.
what I said,
Sorry,
shrimp
sorry,
mints.
I've been drinking a little bit. So my
When is that ever stopped you?
He
Everyone,
turns
check
to
your drink for
you.
poisons. Wrigley is drunk after one glass. There is something
No,
wrong here.
No, I've had a keg. I'm one keg down.
He's like
Samuel.
had 3/4 of a keg. Yeah.
Samuel,
Okay.
I think Ringley's perma drunk. Let's be real here.
Like his alcohol level is always like a 0.1.
Ringley gets drunk after 1 cup, but he stays that level of drunk no matter how much he drinks.
Ah.
Yeah, it carries over.
Yeah.
He turns to you, Ringley, and he says, "Well, there's an old vineyard up the road that we normally get our alcohol from, but our shipments haven't been coming through lately. It's really putting a damper on us. I think we only have 2 cases of wine left. No more ale, no more hard stuff. And at that, Rectavio goes, "Oh,
Don't worry, Rexavio. We will find your ale."
No more of the good stuff either. And Omo holds up her almost empty wine glass.
Aye.
That we do have just for you, my sweet darling."
Hey.
And he walks into the back, and he comes back out with 4 bottles, and he walks over, and he's like, "Are you ready? Are you ready?" And he starts juggling them.
I'm clapping. Almost like, this is the old
One of them
trick.
falls on the floor,
Hey!
and he grabs the rest, and he's like, "That didn't just happen." And from the back, you hear, "What the hell was that?" The woman comes running out, and she looks, and she stops, and she looks at Erwin, and looks at the floor, and looks back at Erwin. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna pay for that, mister." And he's like,
Don't
"It's
worry,
okay,
it was the
Danica.
Dragonborn.
It's okay. I'm talking. It's And he points at the Dragonborn. It was the Dragonborn.
Oh.
I look up from the table that I was just like ambiently scratching with my gauntlet across the room.
Hey DM,
Yes.
how many pieces is the wine bottle in? Because wine bottles only break into few.
There are like 3 or 4.
Okay, I put it back together.
Okay.
I think
You
what was
put back
more
together
important
an
is what was
empty
inside
wine
it.
bottle.
Yeah.
Okay, I then fill it with water, and then I use prestidigitation.
Oh shit.
Wizard. Hey,
okay.
I'm not trying to trick them. This is more meant as a sign of, good faith. But I'm still going to do everything I can to make this trick Ringley again.
So you hand the bottle of water wine to Ringley.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna try and
Perception
drink it.
check.
It's got the color, it's got the taste, and it's got the smell.
14.
All right. Perception.
Does Ringley even know what wine tastes like in the first place?
Yes.
Probably not.
I'm
He's
sorry.
another type of guy.
If somebody said it was alcoholic, you'd drink it.
He would. He would.
Yeah. You know what it tastes like, you just don't care what it,
It tastes like good wine.
Oh,
Disgusting.
I knew we were keeping you around for something, Samuel.
It is the third time you said that after giving you beverage. I'm beginning to think you think of me as a vendor or some sort of machine.
Hey, where are you keeping all that? As I look under his robes.
Oh, you see all.
So Erwin walks over and he grabs the bottle and he pours himself a glass and he starts drinking it and immediately spits it out and he's like, "What kind of shite is this?"
To be fair, I'm better with whiskey instead of wine.
Fair enough. And he sets it
is
down and he's like,
It is how you say a bar trick. It makes it cheaper to buy a woman a drink. Or a man.
so
You're
he walks,
into that then.
he walks back over to you, Omo, and he says, we haven't been getting our shipment. Our wine's running low. And he looks at you for a second. He said, "Would you guys mind possibly going up and getting?"
I was about to ask. Ringley,
I'm-
come here.
Hey, who's asking?
Omo.
Oh.
Ringley.
He climbs like around or like crawls across the floor.
Omo puts her hands on Ringley's shoulders and says, "Listen, This was the
Yes.
quest made for us.
He
This
looks
is our-
intently in your eyes.
This is our moment.
Our moment to shine.
This is what you swore an oath for.
Hey,
Or an oath to become a droogie.
You shut up, Callist.
to find the ale. Is that our quest?
I'm gonna be a Bruid.
A brew.
That's
Oh
funny.
my god.
That's funny. She didn't look brewish.
Oh my. I'm done. I give up.
You know it's a good
Taking
day of
away
D&D when you quote
Callister.
Spaceballs.
I'm a brewish
I
Palagorn.
give up.
I'll teach you how to be brewish, just like me.
Hey,
I,
alright. So what are we doing? So he looks
We're-
intently in your eyes.
We're saving the ale.
Saving. That sounds like a noble quest.
I,
I,
and Omo winks, which he says I.
he winks back like it means something.
That's, you say that a lot.
Hey.
I.
I feel like this could go on for a while.
Indeed. Alright.
Listen.
Alright. What?
Listen.
What?
Omo turns around and pours a wine glass for Ringley,
Alright.
and I assume you immediately go to start drinking it.
Uh-huh.
Omo says, "Wait,
What?
you
Is
gotta-
there something wrong with it?
no, I'm gonna teach you how to savor your alcohol.
Oh, what does savor mean?
It means like it better.
Okay.
All right, first, you gotta swirl it around." And Omo swirls the wine glass she's holding.
Okay, he swirls it around looking like it's supposed to do something.
Mm-hmm. Now you gotta smell it.
He smells it a little bit.
What does it smell like?
It smells like grapes.
Mhm.
Wait. Like
Getting
dirt, maybe grapes.
Any hints of nutmeg?
Nutmeg, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What is in this wine? No wonder it tasted like crap. There's nutmeg in it.
And he's like trying to like try to resist drinking it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now take a sip.
And he swigs half of it.
All right. You know what? You're improving. Now just think about the taste. Think about all the different flavors on your tongue.
As he makes the most like constipated face. As if he's trying to use that one brain cell he has in his head.
He's rubbing a brain cell against nothing.
To be fair, he makes the same face when he looks at a carton of orange juice.
All right. Where do we save the ale?
Where do we save the ale, Erwin?
It's down the road.
All right. Ringley like swigs the rest of the wine and starts charging out the door.
And he's like, what? Oh, he's gone. So Erwin turns to you and says, if you can wait maybe a day, I'll have the cart ready. That way, if you all want to take it to visit the old crow,
Yeah, sure.
I can have that ready. Thank you very much.
Come on.
Definitely.
For an old pal.
All the wine that you want.
Hey.
Within reason.
Ringley goes
That
sprinting
is-
out the front door for some reason.
Oh wait, hold on. Wasn't Ringley given a direction?
Down the road, yeah.
Oh shit. Hold on, I'll get him. I'm faster than him.
Erwin and I have a secret handshake or something.
Sure.
Nice. We do that.
Oop, sorry, misclick.
Ringley gets like halfway down the road, and then he stops and looks around.
Where's
starts-
the ale?
Where's the ale? And then he starts charging back.
Wait, dude,
That's about as far as he got.
He storms back angrily.
He walks 20 feet outside and then gets confused.
Hey, Hillman, are you a halfling or a boomerang?
I didn't see the ale.
Listen, Ringley,
I,
this ties in. You gotta be patient. Patience is a virtue.
do I have to taste something again?
Nah. All you gotta taste is a sweet rest. Relaxation.
I am tasting almonds right now.
He raises an eyebrow. How do I taste that?
In a figurative sense. Of course.
Figure
It
do you
means
know,
like not actually.
Oh, right. That's one of those words that they use, like Salisbury.
Yeah.
I've heard it before. Yes.
Yeah.
It's salutations to you too, sir.
Salutation.
wait, hold on. Did he actually use that word correctly?
Hey.
I think he did.
Did I do something right?
Surprisingly, yes.
Did I do this?
This
No, you
patience
didn't.
is working. This patience.
Hey.
I didn't even have to taste anything. All right. No. Where are we going? Which way? To the ale.
I was
Not
going
yet.
to say, almost, since you somehow began leading this staircase of fleas, we could go now and to see what's going on. We only need the cart to bring back what they have. If there is a problem, it's better to clear it out sooner than later. I'm probably guessing it's termites or something. Or eats at the woodwork so everything gets buried.
Did we forget why we came here?
Yes.
Yes,
We
absolutely.
have not even spoken to the man that we came to this building specifically to speak with for life and death circumstances.
Oh, I know.
Spoke to Rictavio.
You
Hey,
said,
I
hello,
got him."
good sir. You bought him a drink, and then you turned around and you taught Ringley how to drink wine.
Okay, well, does that not count as speaking with him?
No.
I'm sorry, Talister. I failed you.
You didn't fail any. It's not your fault. You're not the talker of the group.
Who is?
Oh yeah, you're right.
I can talk.
Then please do.
Please don't.
What do we want to talk
Oh, you
about?
don't even
Because
know
I was
you were-
kind of gone when we were transitioning here.
Excuse me, sir. Can you arm wrestle me?
Is this really on my shoulders again? Do I have to do this too?
Yes, you got this.
Talister,
You're the one that wanted to talk to him so bad.
Talister, you handle the children. I'll handle the talking.
Please.
Uh,
Please do.
I'm gonna go to say, I'm sorry. We've only been here for so long, and it's starting to get to us. The reason we came to actually find you is because we have a question to ask. We're currently trying to decipher a divination that a diviner gave us, in order to help us, probably to kill Strahd.
As you mentioned Strahd, he stops you, and he sets his glass down, and he turns to you, like stands and turns to you. And he's, Strahd?
Huh?
He says, "What of Strahd?" You see that there's a fire in his eye.
The man
At the
killed our
mention
friend
of
in
his
cold
name.
blood.
Put it out!
The man killed our friend in cold blood. And right now we see he's imprisoned everyone within his sight. We wish to end the reign. We wish to bring an end to the cursed devil called Strahd. I hope like hell he's not a Strahd follower.
Then please come with me to. Well, I can't really go to my room. It won't fit all 6 of you.
If you can wait 10 minutes, mine can.
Perhaps then if we could find a meeting place, a
I,
quiet meeting place.
we recently reconsecrated the church.
Bless you.
Sorry,
Did you
I
die?
tried to hit mute and I
Did someone get murdered?
You tried to hit mute and you hit the double volume button by mistake.
That's why I use push it on. I was about to say, we have recently helped reconsecrate the church down the road. Currently, it is blocking most of Thrahd's abilities. That would be a safe place to converse.
Then yes, perhaps if we shall all travel there, then I be of help.
Rictavio,
He
you're
doesn't seem
mumbling.
the same person as he was before.
I can
You
believe it.
can tell that he has his body language has just changed.
All right.
And he says, "Perhaps we should go now." And he takes out a couple of gold pieces and puts it on the counter. And he says, "Thank you, Erwin. I'll be back again tomorrow."
All right.
That's a thing to say to a bartender.
Yeah. All right. We are off.
Erwin's the owner of the place.
Yeah.
Or, well, that's a thing to say to a bar in the first place.
Oh.
See you again tomorrow, wolf.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like they have cable television to distract themselves.
Yeah, fair.
So
This is literally the greatest form of entertainment that you can find.
you all head out
Right.
and you head to the church. I'm not actually going to change you guys over for this,
That's fair.
since this is role playing. I assume you guys are just asking about the card reading, correct?
Well, I would ask him to wait a couple minutes as I pull up the bubble, so we can talk in pure peace.
Is the bubble big enough for all of you?
9 medium or larger, medium or smaller creatures.
Oh, is that the tiny hut?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's designed for large parties.
Okay. So you all go in. Are there chairs in there?
No, it's just a bubble.
We can bring chairs inside the bubble before
Yeah,
we move up.
anything around is still in there. It's just the physical objects cannot enter once it's active. Anything can leave as they want. So yeah, we can
Okay.
just pull up some. We can just put it over some pews.
Okay, then yeah, if he walks in and he sits down,
I will warn the
and
priest
you see Father Lucian is up at the altar, and as Rictavio walks in, he looks up and he just waves, and then Rictavio sits.
Yeah, I will warn the priest first, and then do this.
He looks at you, and he sees a little. He seems slightly disturbed by you telling him this, but he says, "Very well."
Okay.
So, do you go over and you set up the thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk over, and all of you get into the area with the pews and everything, and you all sit down and you do your spell, and you summon the bubble.
Tonight we sleep in peace. Well, we're not sleeping yet.
Okay.
This feels weird.
Actually,
I can't say I'm a
actually,
big
it doesn't
fan of
because
this.
it has air conditioning.
Let me clarify. It just looks weird.
Ringley, you may not be magically sensitive, but you somehow find a way to burst my bubble.
Hey. Alright.
All right, now we'll talk to him about the cards.
Okay. Well then. Someone's liking their ale.
It was in character for for Ringley.
We're locked in with it.
Oh no!
Okay. So, go ahead and begin to ask your questions already.
Should we start with the first one?
What is your name?
We should.
That's Rictavio.
What is your quest?
Is this serious? Is he?
No,
he
he's
serious?
drunk.
He's drunk a lot of alcohol.
All right,
Okay.
Taristar, why don't we start with yours?
While we were in Barovia, we were interrupted by a gang of Vistani with gypsy women who were giving readings, preaching some kind of divination magic, and
She was a diviner, yes.
she pulled prophetic tarot cards readings from a deck that spoke rather too personally to some of us, and we were told that you had some kind of insight as to what these actually meant. Beyond what they told us, whatever lies they were peddling.
Very well. And do you remember what they told you?
Say he remembers what they told me.
Hold on, I took some notes in my spell book.
I remember mine plain and well.
I got them.
Well, he's speaking to Talister right now.
Right.
Like all of you.
Yeah. So you go first, man. You go first, my friend.
They drew a card that read the traitor in an attempt to read my future. It spoke of a wealthy woman, an ally of a demon, who kept a treasure hidden within bones of enemies past, something like that.
And at that, he looks at you quizzically. Then he turns to Esmeralda and he says, "Do you by chance have your cards?" And she says, "Perhaps." And she reaches into her bag and she's rummaging around. And she pulls out this little wooden case. She opens it up and you see that there's this red velvet inside.
Oh, you are also a
She
diviner?
pulls it out and unfolds it, and she pulls out what you see to be identical to the copy that the woman before had.
Shoot her a dirty look and point at her and say,
Put those down. Put them back.
Oh,
We don't need
Talister,
this.
And
calm
she
yourself.
she just looks at you, Talister, as she hands them to Rictavio. And
Go ahead.
as he holds them in his hands, he starts rubbing his hands together, and he pulls a card out. And
We're not
flips it
doing
off.
more card readings. You can stop whatever you're trying to pull.
And you
Too bad
see,
we're doing more card readings.
You see that the card he pulls out is the traitor. And he releases it, and it begins floating in the air. At this point, his eyes are fully white.
Okay, Talister.
I'm like,
Tell. This is
jaw
not dark
clenched,
magic. This is
fist.
arcane. Right? I can do this soon. I just haven't figured it out
There's
yet.
not a difference to me. Make him stop.
We're not going to make him stop, Talister.
If you keep talking like this, I'm gonna really put you under the bubble. And not even your god will get you back in.
Hey, now let's not. Yep. All right. What's going on?
He's using a divination spell. I don't know what it is.
Yes, but it's making our friend Talister upset.
It's because
Yeah,
he's
what
a
doesn't
baby
he get
around
upset
magic.
about?
Hey, but when he's upset, I'm upset, and when I'm upset, everyone's upset. You understand what I mean?
You see that that his mouth opens, and it doesn't start like you hear a voice start, but it's not of his. It's not his own voice. It says, "Look for a wealthy woman, a staunch ally of the devil. She keeps the treasure under lock and key with the bones of an ancient enemy." And at that, he shakes, and that card drops onto the floor. And he looks puzzled for a second. He looks up and he says, "I think that they might be meaning Lady Fiona Walker? Wachter?"
Ooh, hold on, I'm writing this down while I wait for the team to take notes. Lady Walker?
Fiona Wachter.
Fiona Walker.
How do you... What did you just do? What just happened?
It is a gift or a curse, I suppose you could say.
And it's divination magic. You don't need to worry yourself too much about it. You're just using the cards as a focus.
The woman that they speak of, I believe it to be her. And with that, feel it is somewhere within her domicile.
If I may ask, where is her domicile in?
All right, my turn.
What do we know of her?
And Ringley says, the tax collector, about a symbol of great strength and sword of sunlight and missing child. What do you know of that?
There's 8 coins. I'm actually pulling this up in the book as I'm going along.
Yeah.
He does the same thing. He starts rubbing the cards, and his eyes go all white. His mouth opens.
Now Ringley kind of looks at him more intently.
And he says, "The Vistani have what you seek. A missing child holds the key to the treasure's release." And at that, the card falls again, and his eyes go normal. And he starts looking around, and he says, "I saw the Vistani. A Vistani wagon. And the name the name? Arabelle?
Does that name sound familiar to us?
That name sounds familiar.
Wait, was that the one we met before? Grandmother?
What?
As a sign of respect, I was calling her grandmother because she was an older woman.
Which woman are you referring to?
The first one we met before the sandstorm took us.
The first one you met before what?
The smoke storm took us. Session 1.
Yeah. Session 1. Way back when.
No.
Okay. Never
You've never heard this name before.
Thank
Or
you.
if I've used it before, I should not have. You would not know the mention of this name.
Right. Where can I find this lady?
It is not a lady. It's a girl. A small girl.
Where can we find this small girl?
I cannot see. All that I see is the Vistani and treasure.
All right. Where is the Vostani in this place? They come and go and disappear. So.
Granny, don't let this trick you or dissuade you. This is nothing
Perhaps.
but fairy tales.
So were vampires, and we've killed 2 of them.
It's hard to believe, Talister. I know, but I don't know if this thing can help us. I'd like to try.
I can't wait until I learn this spell so I can just mess with you whenever I want. You do realize that?
He looks to Esmeralda and says, "Perhaps it is there." She says, "Perhaps," and he says, "Lake Zarovich."
Lake Zarovich.
Check Lake Zarovich to the north.
Wait.
Thank you.
Wait. Is that lake specifically named after you know who? You know. Strahd.
Well, Stradh isn't the first Zarovich here, so it's not specifically named after him, but it's named after his namesake, yes.
Were the ones before him just as cruel?
The ones before him were nicer.
Oh.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, he inherited it. Well, that's going on. Oh, I did have the marionette. As my notes say, this card sheds light on the one who will help you in a great battle against darkness. Specifically, the part that was stuck to me was, look for a man of music, a man with 2 heads. He lives in a place of great horror and sorrow. I presume the 2 heads is metaphorical, but great sorrow? Man of music? Those leave me in the dark.
Let me find it.
I've had many a theory about this. Like, for example, man of music could be a bard or a minstrel, but then
he starts rubbing the cards again. Eyes go all white. Draws a card. Same spiel. He repeats the thing you just said, and he says, "I see a man of 2, but of 1. I see. Actually, I need to see what the name of this place is." Well, I think that's correct. Yeah. He says, "I see the Abbey. Seek but the Abbey, and you shall find it."
Abbey, not alley.
Abbey, correct.
Okay.
Abbey.
Yeah, where monks are. Alright. We need to find an abbey. That should be pretty easy, all things considered. Those 2 stand out. Elmo, are you back yet? No. Okay, then what about the most Yeah, ominous of all the cards. The dungeon. He lurks in the Hall of Bones, the dark pit of the castle. You were told that this card would lead you to him. I presume they meant Strahd, but this one has left me completely perplexed.
He starts doing his whole spiel again. Eyes go white. Card floats up. And he starts to see, and he says, "Hall of Bones, I see." And this is him actually speaking this time. He says, "I see. No, no, not now. No." And you see that his eyes go black. And he comes out of what he's in, panting, sweat coming down his face. He's just staring at the ground. Esmeralda comes over and kneels down beside him. He says, What was it?" He's like, Strahd. Strahd, he knows. He knows that I'm here. He knows that I'm looking in.
How the hell? There is 2 layers of magic that should prevent him.
So what you're leading Strahd to us? He knows where we are.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Talistar. For once in your life, take that great sword out of your ass.
We can't just have this be a possibility that this man could signal to Strahd where we are whenever he does this trick.
I do not know.
Either way, I think we got enough information. We can...
What does Strahd want with you anyway? You can read fortunes. What does that do for a man like him?
Okay.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna say, since Omo isn't here in IRL, he will have gone ahead and done Omo's before this last one.
I was just giving it just so.
For the sake of everything. So what is it? The Hooded One, 7 of Swords. He does his little spiel again, blah blah blah, and he says that he sees a statue. He sees a head of a giant statue. Inside of it is what you look for. Actually, what the hell was that?
Alright.
Inside of it, he says you see
Dun dun dun.
the holy symbol. He says that as it's fading, he sees the outside of what he can only assume to be the Amber Temple, which is at
Amber?
yes, Amber. I actually don't see it on here. It's not good. Oh, okay. I see it. He says it's in the mountains, the Mounts of Gaucus. It's near the Mount of Gaucus.
In the mountain of Gaucus.
Yes.
No.
Right
Spelled right the first time.
The card reading thing too, so we have it there.
Yeah, I took over where Omo was, and I just started writing down stuff. Basically just quoting him. Alright. And then Strahd. Oh boy.
Yeah. Alright. What time is it now?
Time outside, or
Yeah, time in the game.
okay. I thought you were meaning in real life. It's this will have taken you a little bit. You went there in the morning. Yeah, I sped it up. It probably took about 20 minutes each divination. So I'd say it's about 11
AM?
Yeah.
Well.
Alright, where should we go first?
Well, first, are you two going to be all right? If Stradh did somehow pick up on this, I would suggest you stay somewhere safe.
You see that he's very white right now, like
Oy.
white, like pale.
Almost back.
Welcome back.
Welcome
We already
back.
did your card.
All right.
It's in the
You can
notes.
see everything in the card reading on
Yep.
there. He looks very, very gaunt.
As well is, I presume this is not natural, but do you know how to handle this?
He'll be okay. He just needs time.
Very well.
He hasn't done this for very long.
That is more than all right.
Perhaps we will rest here and head out in the morning.
All right.
And he just starts nodding his head.
Hmm.
I mean, well,
So that was exhausting for him to do.
Yes.
and
Okay.
Strahd
Well,
maybe saw
it was
him.
exhausting for him to do. The last one, Strahd picked up on it.
Mm,
So we didn't get anything for the dungeon.
He kind of got
You don't find anything
Sauron.
out about it.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right. Well. All right.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
It's all right. All right. I feel kind of awful after all this, but
So we have a few more bread trails to follow.
we have two names we can follow. This is we don't actually know where to go. We don't know how to get there.
We're planning on following this and seeking out these loose ends.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. Sorry,
Why-
Talister.
Why would we trust fortune telling to give us anything worthwhile? This is going to lead us down paths of ruin.
You're
Okay.
the one that wanted to talk to
Talister.
Rictavio so bad.
I wanted him to talk to me and tell me that the card was bullshit. I didn't want him to talk to me and tell me to follow my dreams and find a magical treasure at the end of the
Oh,
trip.
so you're only upset when...
How the hell can a man of God have dogma?
Exactly.
Your entire existence is based on faith. I believe
Also,
this
you're-
man more than he.
Is based on seeing the results of my faith.
Don't you use magic, too?
There is no similarity.
Are you sure?
Tester, a weaker form of this magic is what you asked me to do on your sword. To
thought-
identify it, to read its history.
I thought you liked to see different types of magic and stuff too. You were really
do.
interested in my kazoo, after all.
Yes, but
And
it's
that's
mundane.
not divine magic.
I didn't know what a kazoo was.
All right. So let's just take a drink and talk about it a little bit.
Salcido, dispel the bubble so we can stand, please.
You can stand just
We
fine.
could stand the whole time.
It's 10 feet tall.
Oh, I thought it was like a small tent.
No. It fits 9 people comfortably.
Oh.
Well, dispel the bubble so I can stand and walk away.
You can walk away. Nothing keeps you inside of it.
Yeah, you can...
It only keeps things from coming in.
Stick out my hand and it just goes through.
Yeah.
So Talister,
Oh, what?
what's the difference between the cure wounds that I can cast and the cure wounds that you can cast? Please explain this to me in great detail.
Your magic has... I have no ill will towards the magic of the divine nature. It's similar
Oh,
to mine. We
so
draw
it's just
from the
me
same
then.
Source of power. Yes, it is just arcane arts.
So does
So you don't like my magic then?
What magic
Yeah.
do you possess?
she can also do you can also cure wounds, right?
Like healing word and stuff and cure wounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
I use the
Name
source of
the
power.
magic is irrelevant. The
No,
source
they're all
of
the
that
same
My-
spell.
My source of power is from an object.
All right. We
On a
may
meta
have.
level, she can cast both.
The
We
source
may.
We don't need to get
of
into
the
that.
magic is what I take issue with.
Right. We may have psychological differences, but we need to get together.
But like,
and
what's the
work
difference
through
between
this.
a kazoo and a card? If you don't like cards, then does that mean that you don't like that I use my kazoo?
You don't like the fact that I believe in nature, that it grants me benefit?
Did you forget 10 seconds ago when I said I have no ill will towards your magic?
Oh.
No, he's specifically going after Arcane.
So only
That doesn't make me feel any better.
There is a distinction between arcane magic and
All right, all right.
that none of you seem to
Everyone,
grasp.
please, just get over it. Let's talk about this another time. We got quests to do.
This is distracting us from our greater goal, which I'm starting to lose sight of at so many new, wonderful side paths to follow.
Well,
Hey,
seems like you
March to
disbelieve our
Strahd's
primary.
I do agree. I enjoy the role playing aspect of it, the character development, but we do only have about an hour left in this session. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys 3 options. We can either sit here and continue to bicker, which I would prefer not to do, and if so, have fun role playing without me. I'm going to hop off. We can, you guys can choose where you would like to go right now, and we can get you there. I will say I don't have any of that prepped. I wasn't expecting this to happen tonight. As I had said, I actually kind of forgot until Riley said something earlier about tonight's session. Or you guys can tell me where you would like to go. We can call a session here, because this is a pretty good stopping point, and I can prep for where you guys want to go next week.
I'd actually be okay stopping here because we do have a lot of options. Like,
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, let's
I don't know. I wanna
develop a
keep
game plan before we quit.
Yes. So,
So, can you bring us back
currently-
to the map?
Yes, I can.
ooh. Yeah, because I think my vote's going to depend upon how far away this brewery is.
Yes, so there are currently 6 things that you are able to do. Let me zoom out and I will begin to mark the areas for you all.
All right.
This will be slightly harder than I think.
Wait, hold on. This map looks different.
Why does it look different?
This is the same one. Still has the same red markings and stuff from earlier.
It's these splotches of like missing color that just like immediately jump to me.
Oh, it's where the names are for places we haven't found yet.
I could have sworn this map used to have them.
No. It's always had them missing, from what I remember.
Yeah, whatever.
So what are the options we have to pursue? We have the brewery.
I'm actually pulling that up right now.
And
We've got the
Um,
brewery. We can attempt to follow the tarot cards, though we don't have much of a lead aside from some names.
Yeah.
Okay, so I take it back what I said before. You only have 5 current missions, and I say that with quotation marks around it, that you could potentially go on. The brewery, winery, the vineyard is located. This.
Can you ping it on the map?
Why is that really small? I'll ping it here in a second. Holy shit. That's a lot bigger than I was wanting.
whoa.
Okay. So, the area to the right of where it says vineyard, are you guys able to see that currently?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep.
That is where the vineyard is. So Lady Fiona Walker, the one that he mentioned from Talister's card, is located inside of Valakai. The hooded one, the one that it speaks of a faceless god, is located. This is the one that I feel you guys won't be doing until probably last or close to last.
It's the biggest trek, isn't it?
Is it this?
Yes, that is it.
Hey.
Can we get a ping?
1 second.
Oh, wow.
Yes. That is the Mount Gaucus area. Tax collector, Lake Zarofich. This one I can actually just make the text visible.
Okay,
Oh. Yeah, we passed
that
that.
is
that's my vote.
that is Lake Zarevich there. And then the marionette is you know what? I'm actually gonna make this a lot easier on me. I don't particularly care if you guys can see these or not.
Like, for the moment, it's not terribly relevant.
Well, I'm showing you the map markers.
Ah, okay.
And then so
I mean, they don't really have any meaning to us right now, so
yeah, they don't particularly have meaning. And then what was the last one?
Oh,
That's
the name's
actually
vineyard.
and the vineyard there.
back. The name on the lake is back.
Yeah.
I just put it back. You shouldn't have been able to see it before. Yeah, I totally did not realize that you guys cannot see the names of the places.
So going and investigating the two missing people. We burnt that bridge, did we?
I mean, there's nothing really
Not
to
really.
go on. It's just kind of if we find missing people.
I was happy to do some investigating.
Okay, so you have all of those. I will go ahead and say, and I'm pretty sure you guys will agree, you guys aren't ready to go face Stradh.
No.
I would say not.
Yeah. No,
That's technically the donjon. So you guys aren't ready to go do that one, so I'm not even going to bother giving that as an option.
dungeon.
I'm guessing that's right there.
Yeah, it's in something in Strahd's castle.
Yes.
Where's the marionette? Which one was that?
The marionette was at the Abbey, which is S in the top left.
Okay.
So you guys can either do the marionette, the tax collector, any of the ones that isn't the donjon, or you can go do the wine stuff. If you go to do the wine stuff, then you'll be resting and doing small things because he said that he would have the cart tomorrow, unless you guys want to head there now ahead of time without the cart.
I would say let's head up to Lake Zarovich because it's
Yeah.
just right around the corner.
Like late into
Before
vineyard.
people start specifying, let me give you times as to like how long it'll take to get to each place. I will actually edit that into the card reading stuff.
Okay.
It'll be underneath of everything. So I'm just gonna number the areas.
Hey, this is basically the session over, right?
Yes.